Welcome to Rise and Shine. I'm Sammy Hoffman.
And I'm Sunny Sivakumar.
Sunny, why are we wearing jerseys this morning?
Because last weekend was Super Bowl weekend, so we're wearing the teams that we wish went to the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Commanders, who are way better than the Lions.
I'm surprised because you're from Michigan that you don't like the Lions.
Yeah, I lost a bet. Go Lions. I don't like the Commanders.
Hopefully we have a more interesting Super Bowl next year, but we aren't here to talk about sports.
No, we are talking all things Valentine's Day.
But first, we're going to head to New York, where Carolina Aura's Miguel Rodriguez brings us the latest at New York Fashion Week, talking to a designer about their venue in Soho.
Thank you, Studio, and thank you, Samantha. We are here in New York Fashion Week, and it's snowing in the city. But let me tell you, weather has not stopped the fashion. The show must continue, and people are dressed to impress. We are here in Soho to check out the collection of a UNC alum, so come along with me.
Here at 21st Spring Street, we meet Juniper, the designer of this collection. While discussing the collection, they emphasize the importance of sustainability in their work and its crucial role in their creative process.
It's primarily focused on 20 upcycled camp shirts that I've made. So each one is totally unique from the others, and it's made from vintage textiles. So things that I got at thrift shops, at antique malls, estate sales, really anywhere you can think of that there's vintage textile waste. I sourced fabric to make into these pieces.
Catherine Shao, a UNC student, has also been helping launch this collection. She shared with us about this experience.
It's the first time I've been a part of starting a brand, which has been really exciting. I personally haven't been at New York Fashion Week before this, so it was really, really incredible to come. We met a lot of really great people, and yesterday we made some pretty awesome sales, so it's been a really great experience so far. I love New York.
If you would like to check out Juniper's work and newest collection, you can find them at juni.the.brand on Instagram.
That's all I have for you today. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks, Miguel. We'll hear more on New York Fashion Week from Catherine live in the studio in just a bit. But first, it might have felt like spring last week, but it seems winter weather is back. So let's head to Nick with the weather.
Yeah, guys, winter weather is back. Currently just 35 degrees, some light drizzle and some sleet mixing in right now as well. And because of that, the National Weather Service has actually issued a winter weather advisory for Orange County. Now, this is mainly for areas north of I-40, I-85 area. However, here in Chapel Hill, we could see some ice accumulations today and into tomorrow morning, especially on those elevated surfaces like bridges and roads. And this is, again, mainly going to be for north of I-40 and tomorrow and really just tomorrow morning, but you could see some ice accumulations late tonight, even some freezing fog potentially. Now when we take a look at your class-by-class forecast, 35 at noontime, 36 at 3, 35 at 6. Spring came early last week, but we're back to second winter now, and pretty much all day, just a chance of rain, maybe some sleet mixing in there at times. And when we look at the radar, all the pinks and purples you see, freezing rain or sleet pellets. And here in Chapel Hill, way down here, mostly rain, but we could see some sleet mix in throughout the day. Winter wonderland well up into Virginia, however. But the rain's not going to stop. Tomorrow, we're going to see a cold front make its way through into the Carolinas for some more rain. And then even Thursday morning, we have a cold front that's going to make it warmer at first. But in Thursday afternoon, we might see the sun come out, but temperatures will drop. But Friday will be the sunny day. Perfect Valentine's Day. Again, weather alert day today and tomorrow. We barely make it to 40 tomorrow. Thursday, we heat up a little bit. Things will clear out during the day. And then a beautiful Valentine's Day, 49 degrees, no clouds, but another threat of rain, guys, on Saturday. Just a really, really wet week.
Thanks, Nick. In honor of a sunny Valentine's Day, we have a whole Valentine's itinerary lined up for you. And I mean literally, a line dance. The first annual Chapel Hill Barn Dance will take place at Sunrise Community Farm on Thursday. Dance the night away from 6:30 to 8:30 inside a heated barn. There will be live music by the Unsustainables, s'mores, hot chocolate, and even bunny cuddles. And the dress code is, come as you are. Don't wear this jersey.
Sounds so fun. And is love really written in the stars? You can find out at Moorhead Planetarium on Friday at their Valentine's edition of Carolina Skies. The show is from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. and will explore the legends of love through constellations.
But they will hear love stories from various cultures around the world that are taking place in the sky every night above our heads, and you'll also learn to identify some constellations as well. and they'll get a deeper cosmic perspective because we'll also lift off Earth and fly through the universe.
Tickets are available online or at the Moorhead Planetarium box office on the day of the event.
And the Beatles are back, and for one night only. This Friday at 8 p.m., Beatles cover band Abbey Road Live will perform the entire Abbey Road album start to finish at Cat's Cradle. In their first set, they're taking on classics like Here Comes the Sun and Come Together, and their second set includes tunes from the band's entire career. But the group says this is not a typical look-alike tribute act. They're bringing the Beatles to audiences in a new, raw, and spirited fashion. Tickets are on sale now on Cat's Cradle's website for $17.
Sunny, those last two events are right up my alley. I love the Beatles. I love the planetarium. Are you going to be going to the barn dance?
I am not, because I feel like 5th grade square dance was enough for me, but I think it would be fun.
Well, if you are planning on staying in this Valentine's Day and you're looking for some good rom-coms to watch, we are here with Julia Gilmore, who's going to tell us more about some fan favorites.
Plenty of romantic movies for your Valentine's Day in, but here are some of our classic fan favorites. Let's start off with the film About Time, directed by Richard Curtis, starring Domhnall Gleeson and Rachel McAdams. About Time is not only a touching love story, but also ties in the very poetic theme of living in the moment. If you're looking for more of a comedy, I would recommend 50 First Dates, a classic rom-com directed by Peter Siegel, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. This is a good watch for all ages. It's not only sweet, but has that good comedy
Thanks
as well.
so much, Julia. I actually love About Time, so great movie picks. And now in studio, we have Catherine Chow. She is coming here straight from New York Fashion Week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, happy to be here.
And I love your outfit.
Thank you.
We heard a little bit from you earlier in the show on your work with UNC alum and designer Juniper. Could you tell us more about what makes your collection special?
Yeah, of course. Well, something that we really try to center our whole brand around is sustainability. So only using vintage textiles and keeping all manufacturing in the U.S., making sure we have a really strong relationship with everyone on our supply chain. But style-wise, we love maximalism and we really love color for this collection.
Yeah, I noticed on the video, I could see all the colors. I love it. And what were some big trends you noticed while you were at Fashion Week?
Yeah, I think the two biggest ones was definitely the chokehold that workwear still has on a lot of these collections. And secondly, which I'm a huge fan of, the return of maximalism after quiet luxury has really dominated fashion cycles for the last couple of years. So that's your really exaggerated silhouettes, puff sleeves that we saw on Kate's runway, as well as some really incredible exaggerated skirts. Standouts for me, though, was the Marc Jacobs collection for sure. You just have these really beautiful and very playful sort of, foam structured workwear in dresses. Sorry.
Oh, keep going.
I would say secondly was, obviously it's still chilly in New York, so knitwear was really, really heavily prominent on the runway. There were some high collars from Calvin Klein, as well as some really, really beautiful pieces from Kate. But I think my standout from that was the mohair coats that you see in the return of Chris John Rogers, one of my favorite designers, a new designer who returned to the runway this year.
Wow, I am excited for all of it, especially I feel like workwear as we graduate into adulthood and have to start wearing workwear. It's good to see it's coming back in style, you know?
Yeah, I know. I feel like the last thing that I saw sort of incorporated, that's also reflected in workwear, which is awesome, is cherry red, sort of at its moment last year, but we're still seeing it in workwear, in our bags, in leather pieces, which is awesome, including the very popular Veneta Bottega bag, that sardine bag that we see in cherry red a lot. But yeah, lastly, thanks to some maximalist trends and as a Y2K girly, I'm very excited about this. I think leopard print is also having a huge comeback. I saw that a lot even in the pop-ups and the customers that I was talking to.
I've been seeing a lot of that on campus too.
Really?
So what's next for the collection and for you?
Yeah, so we just moved design operations to New York, which we're incredibly excited about. So right now we're really working on building a very loyal customer base out there, trying to get our name out, get into a couple more markets, and come back even stronger for next Fashion Week.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Now let's head to our pop culture expert. Actually, let's head to Sammy first because she's got something to tell us. Sammy?
Yes, I have all the biggest trends in pop culture to share with you today. First up, the lawsuit that never ends now has a TV series. Hulu's new show Impact Times Nightline, Blake Lively vs. Justin, covers the ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. The devil works hard, but I guess Hulu works harder. Next up, candy isn't the only thing sweet on Valentine's Day. Sabrina Carpenter is releasing the deluxe edition of her album Short and Sweet on Friday. This edition will feature 5 new songs, including a Please 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 remix with Dolly Parton. Sabrina recently won 2 Grammys, including Best Vocal Album for Short and Sweet. You can also catch her on Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special, which is 3 hours long and on a Sunday. Expect musical performances, former cast members, special guests, and favorite sketches, all starting at 8 p.m. During the traditional Saturday Night Live slot, NBC will re-air the show's first 1975 episode. Now we are going to head to Humpsney, who's going to share a little bit, a recipe that you can make on Valentine's Day. This is going to be an ongoing baking segment. We are so excited to hear all the different treats that we can have during this. I know for Valentine's Day, you can find all of these events, recipes, and more on our Instagram at Rise and Shine UNC. We also have lots of content, clips from the show, and teases of what you can expect. So now let's head to Humpsney.
Thanks so much, Sammy. Joining us now is Kat with some delicious looking treats for the holiday. What are we looking at?
So the first thing I baked was a Valentine's Day Muddy Buddy Chex Mix. It's the perfect no-bake dessert. It was so easy. All I did was I used 1 full box of Chex Mix and I heated up some candy melts on low. And then after that, I poured the candy melts on the Chex Mix, poured some powdered sugar on that and mixed it up, let it set for about 30 minutes and added some toppings.
It looks perfect for like a Galentine's or even just to eat alone.
So easy. I'm not the best baker, so this was the recipe for me. And then I also, if you're in a pinch, I got some cake pops from Costco. They are so cute, rose-shaped, so if you don't have time to bake, then this is the perfect treat. I think that the best way to show you love someone on Valentine's Day is baking them a sweet treat.
I think that's true. So if anyone wants to bake me a sweet treat, go ahead.
Next week.
I will be accepting all donations. Thank you so much for coming into the studio, and thank you so much for watching. We will be back next week. Follow us on our Instagram at Rise and Shine UNC. And thank you for tuning into our first episode. Be sure to catch Carolina Week at 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Have a great week.